Okay, so the TED Talk I chose was how better tech could protect us from distraction. So the most interesting thing I found about this video was his statement that according to research, Gloria Marks and Microsoft research, that it takes 23 minutes on average for a person to refocus after they have been distracted, and that it trains bad habits, and even that we self-interrupt about every 3.5 minutes. That's crazy. So before this video, I didn't know that it took that long to refocus because I've been distracted doing work before and now get right back to it. But I guess that is what it takes for the average person. Although now I'm maybe it takes me that long. I don't know. So it's interesting because it makes me more aware of distraction time, when it comes to time management, you probably implementing more time for distraction time to better manage the time. So how will this directly help me or society? So basically it'll help me be more cognizant of my own time management. Like I said, it'll help me be more aware of okay, I had a distraction, and it took me this long to get back together. So I actually, instead of working for 20 minutes, no, instead of working for 2 hours, I actually only worked for an hour and a half because I got distracted for a minute. It'll better help me do that. And also basically I do study with other people sometimes, so telling them this, I feel will help them with their management, and I think it'll create a ripple effect. I feel once people become more aware of it, they're gonna be oh my goodness, let me tell somebody else, maybe that's their problem too. So I think it just would help a lot of people with their, I would say, studying and management, time management, but also just work ethic and making sure you're on top of it the way you think you are. So during the TED Talk, Tristan Harris, that was his name, I think, proposes a new system of connection and communication that focuses on time well spent and aiming to change the way that we measure our time by the number of hours we basically positively affected somebody else's life or somebody else's time. And he basically said the targeting, such as ad targeting, would be more focused on the things that brought you more happiness or had a more positive benefit to your life, rather than things you just kind of spent more time on, or happened to be browsing through. So my thoughts on it is that for his example with the whole email situation, when he said that you could set it up to where somebody could send you the email so they could do it before they forget, but you could have it to a setting where it's not going to bother you, it won't pop up in your face to distract you until you're done, and there will still be emergency settings, so if it was an emergency, you still know for sure your stuff will get through, and you'll see it. And that way, I feel that's a good plan. Well, I feel you can kind of do that anyway, just because you have do not disturb settings on your phone, and mine's are set, when I have my do not disturb on, only emergency messages can come through, or basically stuff, only certain stuff will come through, none of my other notifications will pop up. I think that this could also, his idea could also have the opposite effect though. If ads start popping up, or basically your notifications and the stuff that distracts you starts popping up, and it becomes more enjoyable and more useful to you, I don't think you're gonna spend less time on it. I think as human beings, we're gonna spend more time on it, because you spend time on the things that you enjoy. So if you instead of just scrolling randomly and then you get back to work after 20 minutes, you could be so hyped that you're scrolling through and seeing all this stuff that's making you so happy, and you could end up scrolling for hours. So I think it could definitely have the opposite effect. So like I said in my statement, I'm unsure if his idea of time well spent will actually challenge and decrease the overall issue of the time spent like on those distractions. Like I understand what he's trying to say, but I'm not quite sure that it's like a solution to the question he's asking, like to the problem that he's talking about.